Now that you understand the healing power of joy, I want to give you a simple but transformative practice that can literally rewire your brain to notice more lightness and aliveness in your daily life. This is called the joyless practice, and it may just become one of your favorite tools for both healing and living. So, joy list is your personal inventory of what brings lightness to your life. It's like a running collection of small comforts, big moments, and everything in between that makes you feel more like yourself on your best days. So think about it just like a love letter to all the things that spark something good inside you, from the, profound to the perfectly ordinary smallest things. It's less about perfection and more about presence. So, to give you some examples, the joy list may include the way your coffee smells in the morning. I don't drink coffee any longer, but I still love smelling coffee when my husband makes his in the morning. My daughter laughter when she finds something hilarious. The feeling of clean sheets after a long day. The moment a song comes on that you forgot you loved, the warmth of a sunshine on your face, the dog's excitement when you come home, finding a perfect parking spot when all the spots seems to be filled up, or a text from a friend that you were waiting for. So something important that I want you to understand about your brain is that it's literally and it's naturally wired to scan for problems, scan for danger. So this was, incredibly helpful in our ancestors' days because they needed, that brain to spot predators, dangers, but for us, it can actually leave us stuck in that cycle of worry, stress, and just, focusing on what's wrong. So when we're dealing with a chronic stress, this negativity bias can become even stronger for us. Our brain gets really, really good at noticing that discomfort, problems, and limitations. And the beautiful news about this, though, because there is a beautiful news about it, is that our brain's neuroplasticity means that we can literally rewire our brain to notice joy more easily. As the brain learn pain and have learned to scan everything for that danger, and be that hyper aware about it, we can also teach our brain to look for joy. So the act of regularly identifying and writing down moments of joy creates that new neural pathways. And over time, your brain gets better at spotting these moments of lightness in real time, not just when you are, deliberately looking for them or scanning for them at the end of the day. And research shows us that gratitude and those joy practices that I've just mentioned, they reduce the stress hormones in our body. They lower the risk of depression and anxiety. They increase, our life satisfaction. They improve our immune function, and they help regulate our nervous system. So for someone like us with chronic pain, this can be really a profound practice. So, quick way how to get it started, just grab something to write about, piece of paper, a notebook, your phone's app, and start with recent moments. Think back to the last, maybe to today, maybe to the morning, or the last few days. What made you smile? Even briefly. What felt good in your body? What brought that moment of ease or pleasure? Try to be specific and honest. Instead of just saying spending time with family, try the way my son's lit up when I surprised him with the favorite snack. The way my daughter was so happy when I sat down with her to read for a few minutes. Include in your list all sizes of joy, from those life-changing moments to tiny, tiny pleasures. The ordinary stuff, just like that smelling of the coffee in the morning, often carries the most consistent joy. Write it down in your voice. This is not for anybody else. This is just what feels authentic to you. So initially, when I started this practice, I was actually really surprised by what made my list. I expected big things, vacation, achievements, special occasions, but most of my joy came from those tiny moments. You know, the way my dog leans on me when he's sleeping, finding perfect like avocado in the morning, smelling my husband cup of coffee, listening to my favorite song on them, when I'm driving. So these are not a big earth-shattering moments, but these are the moments that are consistently available to me. And the more I notice them, the more I found joy. So in terms of practice, we can, because we want to bring that practice to our daily life, we can try in the morning just writing down couple or one thing. We can try it in the evening, checking in. Was there anything that brought me joy today? Um, and then keep that joy scroll method of either writing down on a piece of paper or on your phone app, right? We want to over time, we want that list to almost become like your emotional photo album. We keep so many pictures on our phones. How about we keep the joy list on our phones? We want to have that proof that even on the hard days, joy was there waiting for us to be noticed. And this is super important, especially on those harder days because when we have difficult pain days, your joy list can serve as a gentle evidence that good feelings are still possible. And you're not trying to force the joy when you are suffering, but you just want to remind yourself that your capacity for that lightness hasn't disappeared. Okay. So let me know how this exercise goes for you. I'd love to hear from you. I think you get a sense of what the joy is. It's pretty simple exercise. What I want to remind you is and keep forward in all of our lessons, and especially in this one, is our brain can be rewired to notice joy more easily. And this regular practice creates new neural pathways. Joy comes in all sizes, in those big, big moments and those tiny ones, just like smelling the coffee in the morning. We want to be specific about it. We don't want to be vague, just spending family time. That probably we don't feel as much lightness as thinking back to, to that time. Who did we spend the time? Who made us? Who put smile on our face when we spend that time with the family? And this really supports our nervous system regulation. Joy signals safety to our brain. And it's really so powerful during the healing. I want to remind you that you're not broken for struggling to find joy when you're in pain. I know this was one of those practices that was super challenging for me as well. You're not selfish for seeking moments of lightness when life gets heavy. You're not shallow for, appreciating simple pleasures when dealing with these complex challenges such as chronic pain, anxiety, or fatigue. Joy is really a medicine. It's not a luxury. Every moment of that lightness, every smile that reaches our eyes is really changing our brain and supporting our healing. So your brain and the pain have taught the brain to scan for danger. But we want to start teaching ourselves to scan for joy. And, as a gentle, gentle reminder, start small. Be patient with this practice. Some days, joy will feel more obvious and abundant, and other days, you may feel like you cannot find it. You may have to look for it harder. And both kinds of days are normal. And both days offer opportunity for us just to be gentle in rewiring our brain.